Hi guys, welcome to Millennial Fashionista TV. Today I decided to film my first ever makeup look. I've gotten a lot of requests over the last few months asking me to film a makeup video, so this was the first one, and I was really excited to do it. I hope you guys enjoy it, so stay tuned. I'm gonna get started with priming my eyes with the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Anti-Aging Primer. And I like to do my eyeshadow first because if there's any fallout, I can just quickly clean that up before I put on my foundation. So I'm first going to pick up the color Don't Settle, and this was in the Too Faced Everything Nice palette. So if I really want a pigmented color, I try to make my brush, wet it a little bit with either water or setting spray, so that one, it kind of prevents some fallout, and then it also makes it where it's really pigmented and it really sticks to the eye. I'm just gonna put this all over my lid. I'm not too worried about anything right now because I haven't put on any foundation or concealer, so I can shape it up and get some of those nice clean edges at the end. Now I'm going to use Cocoa from the Huda Beauty palette, and this palette is available. And I'm going to apply this to my crease and just kind of blend it over just to give it a more of a smoky, sultry feel. Night on the town. I'm not pressured into going out and buying all the most recent brushes or products. I'm not going to be the one to tell you, oh, there's this new palette, you must go get it. I love the color rose gold, so it's called rose gold. Figured might as well. Don't have any foundation on. I kind of look like a little raccoon, but I promise everything will come together in the end. And you can also feel free to make this as light or as dark as you want. So you don't have to use this dark brown if you don't want to. Now going to pick up the Carli Bybel, the original palette. I'm going to use this highlighter over here, and I'm going to do the top portion of my eye near the brow bone, just so I can blend it out or in, and I can lighten it up a little because it was a little too dark for my liking. And I'm also planning on wearing eyeliner, so that's also gonna darken it up as well. So some of that original color in Don't Settle came off when I added the cocoa. So I'm just gonna go back and dab a little bit more on it. And I'm assuming it came off because it was still a little wet when I applied the cocoa. Nothing's permanent. Now for my tear duct, the eyeshadow is called Crystal Avalanche. We moved, so still having a hard time finding everything, and I don't know where my setting spray is, but I'm sure it'll pop up at some point. Taking it up and blending it that way, and then taking it down into the lower tear duct. Now I'm going to add some more of that cocoa color from the Huda Beauty palette onto my lower lash line down here, and it doesn't look like it's such a big contrast. Now I'm gonna go ahead and prime my face with Smashbox Pore Minimizing Photo Finish Foundation Primer. And really, I just apply this with my hands. I think to prevent creases and to just have your makeup go on as flawlessly as possible, primer is probably one of the most important things. Okay, now that I applied the primer, I'm gonna go ahead and do the foundation. And this is the Urban Decay All Nighter, and it's in the shade 1.5. I am very curious to see how this video turns out because I'm really just talking to a camera. Never done this before. So we'll see how it turns out. Make sure you take your foundation down to your jawline and kind of blend it out, because you don't want to be that person where their foundation cuts right at the jawline and then there's like an obvious difference between their neck color and then their face color. It's really weird and tacky and it just looks bad. Don't be that person. Don't do it. Just kidding. I know if you're watching this, you're not gonna do it, so. Since my hubby's the media pro, he's literally just standing here watching me do this. I'm going to apply the concealer, and this is probably my favorite concealer. It's the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer, and it's in the color Vanilla. I'm gonna apply it like war paint. For highlighting and contouring, I'm gonna do a cream highlight, this concealer, and then I'm gonna set it with, what's the setting powder called? Oh, it's the Kat Von D translucent powder. All right, so now that I have the highlighter, I'm gonna take the Beauty Blender and just blend it all in. Some girls like to do their brows first before they start anything. Well, they do their foundation and then they'll do their brows or whatever. But I always do my brows last. I don't know why, that's how I like to do it. It's kind of the last thing I worry about. And if I mess something up with my brows, I just use a little concealer and it's all good to go. But I feel like if you do them first, they become really light because doing your brows and then you're putting on a bunch of other stuff and it like goes into the brow and it's not your normal color anymore. It's kind of toned down with eyeshadow and foundation and concealer. So that's why I leave them for last. There is a reason. Now I'm using the contour kit, Anastasia, the one for lighter skin. And I'm gonna take, you can tell I use this a lot. I'm gonna take the middle of the brown colors and I'm just gonna use it to do my, to contour my cheekbones. For brushes, I'm using the Kat Von D contouring brushes. And this is the highlight end and this is the contouring end. So I'm using the highlight end, the contouring end, and you always wanna blend it up. Make sure you're blending it up so it gives your face a lift. If you blend it just sideways or down, it's like droopy looking. Make sure you're blending it up. So now I'm moving to the other side. I'm in law school, I'm in my second year. And girlfriend was telling me about her being in Sephora. And I don't know how it came up, but we were talking about how, you know, our skin changes when we go from winter to summer and summer to winter. So sometimes it's necessary to have like a winter foundation and then a summer foundation. So what I do is use bronzer or highlight contouring powder, and I just darken it up so it won't wash me out and I'm still able to have that sun-kissed look with, and I'm just blending it all in. And now I'm going to give myself more of a chiseled jawline, more of a defined jawline. So I'm just gonna take some of the, you know, I kind of mix all three colors together really. I do use more of the middle one obviously, but I take the other two if I really want to go a little bit darker. And I'm just gonna go ahead and go right underneath the jawline right here to really get that shadow in and get it defined, and it also slims. Now, I'm gonna take a little bit more of the concealer and really make this defined. For the nose, I'm gonna use the Cream Shop weird looking brushes. I'm gonna try and find them for you guys and link them below the YouTube video. Give my nose a little shadow. Don't really contour my nose too much, and it's not that important to me. That's what I'm saying. I like my nose the way it is, but I'm just gonna do a little, and then I'm gonna use the I think I went a little too dark. So I'm gonna use the Beauty Blender to go in with a little highlight. I'm gonna go in with the translucent powder. Put some on the little cap. I'm gonna dab my damp Beauty Blender and just go in all the areas that I highlighted. And especially in the areas that I tend to get creases, which is like right under my eyes, right here in my smile lines, and then right up here in my nose. Those are the areas where my concealer and foundation tend to crease, so I insist in those areas. Blush or bronzer, blush or bronzer. I think I'm gonna go with bronzer, and I'm gonna use the Too Faced Little Black Book of Bronzers. And I'm really just going to combine a few of these. I think I'm gonna do the blushy bronzery one. So I'm gonna do this animal print right here, and then this other one over here. Get a little pink in there. I'm just gonna combine those two. And I'm also going to do that in the apples of my cheeks and also go up. Blend up, blend up. I don't like this, to be really honest. It's too bronzery. I need a little more blush. Okay, I'm gonna grab my blush. It's the Rosy Glow, just over the bronzer, just to add it wasn't enough pink for my liking. I'm gonna do my favorite highlighter. I love highlighter. It's like my favorite makeup product. I go crazy with highlighter because it just gives you that dewy, glowy look. It's like healthy, vibrant, youthful looking. So right now I'm gonna use the Anastasia Glow Kit, and it's the That Glow Kit. And once again, I never just use one color. I combine all of these kits. I just combine all the colors in it. Why not? I'm going to do these look so similar. The Bubbly and Dripping in Gold, and maybe I'll even do the Sunburst if I want it a little lighter. We're just working it out. I'm going to use the Urban Decay Perversion waterproof eyeliner. But before I do that, in order to prevent any mistakes, I like to do a little outlining. So you can take any black eyeshadow that you want, and I would recommend having whatever brush you use dipped and wet, because you don't want fallout onto your cheeks right now. That's bad, because it just ruins everything, all the work you just did. So get your brush a little wet, use black eyeshadow, and do it like you would your eyeliner, but it's easier to correct. And then at the end, you can just go over with the eyeliner. If you guys have tips and tricks on how to do eyeliner, I'd love to hear them. So I'm using the Bad Gal Lash by Benefit. It's one of my favorites. All right, I'll do the bottom ones onto lashes. I'm gonna use the Velour lashes, the Fluff'n Edgy lash. And then I'm going to add some mascara just to give them a little more oomph. And I've worn these lashes before, but I had to cut them before I put them on my eye, because lashes are typically not custom made for your size eye. So you have to do that part yourself. because for me they tend to be a little too long and they kind of just take over my eye. So for brows, I'm using the Anastasia Brow Wiz in Taupe. And I'm gonna go ahead and brush out my eyebrows and get them in the position I want them to be in. Just do a little outlining. And just fill in the more bare parts. And generally, I don't do concealer, but we may tonight. We'll see how it all turns out. Next brow, see the difference? Brows make a huge difference. They convey so much emotion and they just add to our face. What do you guys think? Do I still look like a raccoon? So now I'm going to use the Anastasia Brow Gel to just put everything in place. Alright, so here's the finished product. Well, actually I still need to do lips, my goodness. Should I do like a colorful color or a brownish color? The hubby chose Material Girl, Huda Beauty Liquid Matte. And I'm gonna just dab my lips with the Beauty Blender to get some of that remaining concealer, leftover concealer. Got a little too excited in the corner. Alright, that's better. Alright, well, here's the finished makeup product. What do you guys think? I'm gonna go do my hair, pick out my outfit, and then I guess I'll come back on so you guys can see how it looks with my hair. So, here's the final product. I just took my hair down, added some dry shampoo, kind of shook it out. I curled it about 2 or 3 days ago, and this is just it naturally after 2 or 3 days. I added some lip gloss also to the Huda Beauty Material Girl liquid lipstick. So this is the final look. Tell me what you guys think. Gatsby, what are you doing? Come here. This is Mr. Gatsby. First ever makeup tutorial. It's gonna be interesting. We'll see how it turns out. Lashes are a fun time. Now we're gonna do some contouring and highlighting. I'm hoping once I do the hair and you know the lips and everything, it's just like it's cohesive. It comes together. Blend, 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 blend. What do you think about that?